What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Havoc Hour. We on episode 17. Back with another special guest, returning special guest, my guy, Mr. TC Fontaine from
Hey,
Young Kings Wrestling Podcast, the greatest wrestling podcast on Wednesday nights.
talk to him.
My man decked out in his purple and gold right now over
Yeah,
on the
you see
West
me.
Coast,
You see me.
showing his love to the Lakers out
Hey
here.
man, we ain't made the playoffs since 2013, and while we qualified for the playoffs, like I think we already qualified for the playoffs before the shutdown.
Mhm.
Because we was just like I think when we shut down, we had won 49 games. So yeah, we were gonna play in the playoffs, but like now it's official. Playoffs start this weekend, and we are there officially. The schedule came out, so now like I see it. I see it in the physical. It's true. It's happening. And last time we was in the playoffs, Kobe had two Achilles.
10
You know what I'm
years
saying?
ago.
Almost 10 years ago.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
It's been 10 years. It's been over 10 years since the
Nah,
last championship.
yeah, I was about to say 10 years since
Uh,
that last one.
June 16th. Man, I remember it like it was yesterday, man. June 17th, one of the two, can't recall exactly. I think it might have bled into the next day, but
Sir,
I need that feeling back again. I want us to win it again.
it's
October should be fun.
this might be it, man. This might be it.
Hope so.
So we got some hot topics to get into today,
Mm-hmm.
including that grown man out there in Portland. But before we get into that real quick, I'm gonna start off with some unfortunate circumstances for them San Antonio Spurs out there. And you got a real interesting take on Mr. Gregg Poppavich, the head coach. He's gonna miss the playoffs once again. They fell to the Jazz 116, 118, and they will miss the playoffs for the first time. When was the last time they missed the playoffs?
1997, the year they drafted Tim Duncan.
Oh my God. So yeah, they
22 years.
good Lord. That is too long. But that tells you consistency that team had. But now they're missing out, and you got a real interesting stance on Gregg Popovich. Talk to me about that real quick.
Yeah. First off, I've never liked the San Antonio Spurs. Uh, Big Laker fan, as we've already established. I've never rocked with the San Antonio Spurs. We battled them in the playoffs too much. We went back and forth. We beat them. They beat us. Tim Duncan won a couple MVP awards that I thought Shaq should have won back in 2002 and 2003, I believe it was, is when he won the MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he owes Shaq a couple MVPs, man. At least one of them. He at least should have won one of them. But yeah, I'm not the biggest Spurs fan at all. So I take great pleasure in seeing them not qualify for the playoffs. I think they got lucky to get into the playoffs a lot of those years back, and I think a lot of years they flamed out in the playoffs, and it just brought great joy to me, especially when the Lakers weren't doing well in the playoffs and weren't qualifying themselves. However, Gregg Poppavich, man, I think it might be time to hang it up. I think it might be time to hang it up. Uh, we know a few years ago, his wife unfortunately passed away. It was a very sad time, around the whole league. I remember it, like it was yesterday. It wasn't that long ago. But very somber, very sad, very just, grief-filled situation. And I think ever since then, his heart and his mind has not been with basketball, as you can imagine, losing, the love of your life, your spouse, somebody, that's, so death do us part. And he's just here, alone. I think she might have been what kept him going, but now I feel like he's just doing things. He gave Kawhi away just, for free that same year, along with Danny Green. I say it's for free because he got DeMar DeRozan back, so it pretty much was for free.
Yeah. Damn.
No offense to my guy, but I mean, facts are facts. Uh, Yeah, Team USA. We didn't win in the World Cup. I think when we placed like fifth place in the World Cup last year. A lot of guys I don't think really gelled. It looked kind of rough, and last few seasons for the Spurs haven't really been the best. Early playoff exits. I think it might be time for him to pack it in. It's been a great career, legendary Hall of Famer.
Oof.
Probably top 3, top 5 coaches all the time, depending on who you talk to.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah,
I mean,
I don't want to see. I think he can kind of stay around in the front office and work with them that way. But I think like coaching, uh, and they've obviously been grooming Becky Hammond to take his spot anyway. So I think it just might be time to give her the reins,
man, I
or
don't.
Tim Duncan, either one.
Well, I mean, nobody would complain about that.
Nah,
I don't. I see what you're saying. That's a strong case. Uh, I don't know. I feel like he just needs to get away from that team. Because it's not. He's been through so many different variations now. You've had so many different starting fives at this
and
point.
man, he could come be Frank Vogel's assistant. I wouldn't mind.
That's a cheat code, bro. Like,
I mean, if you want to step down from being, having head coach duties, but you just kind of want to be like, not even that, you just be a consultant. That definitely give you, some leisure time, and you don't got to really invest much energy into it. Just be a consultant, just be the new Jerry West. You got just, Jerry West is that dude out here.
oh yes, sir, man. Harry West ain't playing no games around here. But yeah, yeah, I feel like maybe he just maybe take a year off, and look at your other
Assess your
options.
options, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Take a page out of Phil Jackson's playbook. Go up to the mountains. Go get a cabin or something. Just kind of seclude yourself, meditate. Really just find. That's kind of what Kobe talked about. When he first announced his retirement, he said, he would meditate all the time, but just to kind of mellow out and focus on work. But then when his mind during meditation will start to gravitate away from basketball, that's when he realized like, yeah, it's kind of, my time to start stepping away. I think, I listen, I don't know if that's what he does or not, but it's assuming he doesn't, my advice, go get some time to yourself, since your season's over with for, the first time ever, you can enjoy, the rest of, whatever summer is this year. Ain't been a real summer, but he can enjoy the rest of whatever it is. Go get a mountain, go get a cabin in the mountain, seclude yourself, meditate, find yourself, figure out like, is it time? And if it is, nobody would complain, nobody would have a bad thing to say about your career. I think, even Laker fans like myself, we kind of have a weird opinion about the San Antonio Spurs. Like it teeters on a line of disrespect sometimes, but we also like respect them too. So
Yeah, y'all get
much respect to Pop, man.
yeah, y'all get into it. Just if you get away and you start thinking about it, don't do what Phil Jackson did, because Phil Jackson robbed the New York Knicks blind and left, and I will never forgive him for that. I got so excited when he came on to be the president of basketball operations, and that man, the only thing he has technically to his credit is Porzingis, and we don't even have him no more. So I just forget that whole time period. You know what I'm saying? But
Which is crazy because that's what Laker fans wanted him for.
oh yeah,
Like Laker fans wanted Phil back, and then the reason why Phil never got signed, back to the Lakers during that year we had Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. The reason, one of the main reasons why is because he wanted, more front office access, and then it was always, Phil Jackson and Jeannie Buss were together at the time, and it was kind of like people thought that Jeannie would push her brother and Mitch Kupchak out and get Phil in there. So Jim Buss, feeling insecure is like, nah, hell no, I'm not rocking with that. So you never hired him.
they needed that though. They needed that so bad.
I mean, It didn't work out either way, so I don't think it mattered. But I think we still would have been in the same position. I honestly think it worked better because I feel like if Phil was messing up, I don't think Jeannie would have really made the change. Whereas with Jim Buss, I think they, once the dad died, man, I think they just kind of became estranged a little bit in the business sense. Like business sense, they just couldn't agree. I don't want to speak on their relationship personally, but in the business sense, we saw how it played out, and it played out nasty. She ended up firing her brother, fired the GM. I don't know if she would have did the same thing with Phil Jackson. I don't think we would be in the position we're at right now if that wasn't the case. I think everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Yeah, and we might win a championship because of it.
When it comes to Jim, I don't know. The apple fell a little far from the tree there. Like he didn't have the same gift for this that his pops did, man.
I don't think he had the passion. I don't want to say like he was just in it just because it's a family business. Yeah. And it was passed down to him. Like his dad groomed him for it, and I think it was just the fact that he got to spend time and work directly with his dad. I think he cherished that more than the actual duties of the job. And it kind of showed in the way he approached, building a team. I just think it was just like he didn't really care about it. It was really just an opportunity to bond with his father. I'm getting very deep though, but that's how.
But I'm meant to ask you this because it came up before. I had thought about it when it happened, but I never got to ask the Lakers fan. Why do you think Magic Johnson left?
I don't know why, but I'm glad he did.
I don't know because when I saw it, I feel like it was just like he had an expectation of what he was going to get to do.
Can I tell you a story, man?
Go ahead.
The day that Magic Johnson got hired, I had class. I had acting class at 10 a.m. I got the alert at like 9:55 that Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss got fired. And then Magic Johnson kind of stepped in immediately into that role that same day.
Yeah.
I was like, man, everything this man has done outside of being a player, as a coach, he wasn't good. Like, he doesn't even really own the Dodgers like that. Like, he's a minority owner. He not a majority owner. He not the dude calling the shots like that. But he's the face. People know who Magic Johnson is, especially around Los Angeles, obviously.
Yeah.
He's an LA legend.
The Dodgers came up too.
Yeah, you get an LA legend to be the face of your franchise. That's a no-brainer. So it's not like I can't give him credit to the Dodgers for, because they did kind of become good around that same time, but can't give Magic Johnson credit for that. Like, they built the team. Like, I gotta give credit to the rest of the front office for that. Like, he didn't really have a say in that. Like, but yeah, when he got hired, I was just like, bro, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I gave him a good, like, he had maybe 4 months, and then he ended up trading D'Angelo Russell. And from then on, I was like, bro, what are you doing? Traded D'Lo. Because I always wanted to see D'Lo and Lonzo play, but he traded D'Lo away before drafting Lonzo. Drafted Lonzo when he probably should have drafted Jason Tatum. And I think a lot of those picks were him doing calling the shots on those picks. And I think, to answer your question, I think he may have left because him and Rob Pelinka just probably weren't seeing eye to eye. And, I think they had a difference of opinion. I think a lot of stuff Magic Johnson did, like trading Ivica Zubac, he out there is being a serviceable center for the Clippers, across the hallway. Could have, he's one of our own. We drafted him. Yep. You ended up trading him to the Clippers for Mike Muscala, and Mike Muscala made 3 threes the whole time after the trade. 3 whole threes total. So difference opinion, but since Magic has stepped down, Rob Pelinka's been like the lone basketball executive. We got Anthony Davis. We got LeBron James. We got who else we get, man. We made the playoffs, man.
Yeah,
We
but
probably won a championship. He's made a lot of great decisions, and I'm very upset at the coaches and not the coaches, but the other executives. I heard there's been no support from other executives around the league for Rob Pelinka to get some shine and some credit for being executive of the year. We got some haters out there.
I don't know,
Stop
man.
hating on us, man. So y'all really gonna be hating when we holding that trophy up at Disney World.
I tell you though, imagine if they had drafted Jason Tatum. What that would be like on this squad, man.
Listen, I supported Lonzo Ball the whole time. Like we traded him, I supported him this whole year. Even when he was stinking it up the whole time since bubble play resumed, I've been supporting him. Even people, all the jokes people saying about my guy, big baller brand. I always, rock with the whole family, rock with the whole Ball family.
Look, my thing is,
but Lonzo, I don't know what's like. I don't know, fam. I don't know.
I like Lonzo. I like the brothers. But what I said about Lonzo is he was DOA from day one because
he had a target on his back.
Yeah, he was just
especially playing in LA. Like you got that pressure. You playing in your hometown.
We didn't get enough of a serving size of him in college, and with LeVar going off just writing all these checks his son is not going to cash. He was DOA. And then opening night, Pat Beverly just got all in his face. He just terrorized that boy. It wasn't even fair.
But here's what I don't like. People focus on that too much. And then very next night, Lonzo put up like 30 points.
Oh, yeah.
It was against Phoenix, though, but still, like it was still his second game, and he bounced back from the previous night.
Yeah, like it wasn't – it's not like he wasn't, prepared. Like he wasn't,
And the thing is, if you watch enough, like I watched Lonzo only played in LA, 2 years?
Yeah.
I watched enough of, the games. I know, like, here's the thing, living out here is actually very difficult to watch Laker games if you don't have cable. So, like, having League Pass, can't watch the games on there. They blacked out live. Like, some games that come on ESPN, I can't watch because they blacked out. It's stupid. So I got to jump through hoops sometimes to watch the game. So whenever I was able to, I watched enough of Lonzo to know. And Luke Walton was very awful in this regard as well. You need to play Lonzo Ball to really get him going. Like, he needs to be on the floor. He needs to get into a rhythm. He needs to have confidence. Like, which I think it might be a flaw on him as well, is that sometimes I think Lonzo Ball, if he knows that his coach or somebody doesn't have confidence in him, then it shows in his play. Like, he just falls off a cliff. Like, I think he needs, clarity that he's not going to get benched or something. And once he knows that he's going to be on the floor, then he puts effort into actually playing. So I think it's a little bit on him, but, I think these coaches need to allow him to get into that rhythm to get his confidence up, and he'll be able to actually become a better player. It might also be the fact they might be, sabotaging him too, just because his dad talked too much.
Yeah, I mean, that was one other thing I said too. It was DOA, man, because it's like when people don't like somebody that's talking louder than everybody else, especially a dude like you wasn't no player in the league, and you're not a coach.
You was a random ass AAU dad that you an AAU dad that went Hollywood somehow.
Yeah, you hyping your kids up. That you really blowing your own name up, but you just hyping your kids and just sending them out there to be targets. Like you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. It's grown men in this league, and they don't play like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how we got off on that. Yeah, shout out to Magic, because
shout out to Magic, man. Much respect for everything you've done for the Lakers. Since 1980 or 1979 rather, when he got drafted. Much respect for everything you've done for this team, the legacy of this team, the history. But yeah, your time as an executive, I would rather forget.
I think really what it was, I guess he had an expectation for what he
He
was going to
talked too
be able
much.
to do.
That was really my problem. He talked too much. Like, you talk too much in the media about the inner outings of business, and it's
Yeah,
like people like I don't think the general public really need to know what's going on in business. Just get it handled.
that's
And
true.
I think like I would hate to work with somebody like that. Like to just go and blab their mouth to everybody about what we got going on.
That's true. Yeah, it's
Especially
like
especially in a business like this where, reputation is always, you know, reputation is currency in like professional sports, man. If you got a bad reputation, especially as a front office executive, like people not gonna want to deal with you. Like people not gonna rock with you if you a trash. If you got an attitude, you a trash GM.
yeah,
Like nobody gonna want to deal with business with you. You're not gonna people gonna hang up on you when you try to call, inquire about trades, and nobody gonna want to do nothing. Players not gonna want to sign to your team. It's just a bad look, and I thought it would have been detrimental to us. And fortunately, it wasn't. Jesus Christ, we really just like a clutch sports breeding ground, though.
oh yeah, that's without question.
I would not be shocked if Draymond Green was Los Angeles Laker in the next 2 years.
Oh man, I don't know if we ready for that.
He next up. Cause did you see Draymond on Inside the NBA last week?
Yeah, I keep hearing about that. It,
All
it
right,
was
one,
like
he was
him.
very intelligent, which I mean, if you know who Draymond Green is, and you were an unbiased NBA fan, you knew he was gonna be very very great with his analysis. But man, that boy go on the media train and don't say nothing bad about the people that his agent shares clients with. Like he was talking real good about LeBron and AD.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got LeBron, we got AD, Caldwell Pope, Taylor Horton Tucker. I want to say it's like one other person on the team, but I can't recall. So yeah, we a clutch sports breeding ground for real.
It is most definitely. You know what I'm saying, man? Magic didn't work out, but it's a squad there. I
It
think I
worked
think
out in the end.
I think really, I guess from what he expected to be able to do, and then I guess Jeannie Buss kind of just shut that down. Like, nah, listen, it's not gonna be like that. Like, we gonna do it this way. And once he found that out, he was like, all right, yeah, I gotta go. But hey,
Absolutely.
hey, man, you got your contributions, you got your legacy. But yeah,
5 rings, baby.
yeah, no doubt.
5 rings. I think like it was two of them against the Celtics.
Yep,
Beating the Celtics is always great.
of course, we know how y'all feel.
I would love to beat them this year.
It's possible.
It is.
It's possible. But what was we talking? Oh, Pop. Yeah. Shout
We
out to
got off
Pop.
track.
Oh yeah, we but
That's Young Kings Wrestling, basically. We get off track.
yeah, it's all good. We ain't tripping. Nah, but yeah, best luck to Pop. We'll see what happens after this season. But if it's over, if he decides to walk away, if he takes his time off, whatever, he's a Hall of Famer, top 5 dead or alive. So
And maybe he might be one of those people that think like, man, I need basketball to keep me going.
maybe I could see that most definitely.
Which is why I say like you don't gotta step away completely, but find some other areas you might like to be in, and kind of step back. Head coaching takes a toll, man.
Yeah,
I seen a quote earlier from the UMass coach, the UMass football coach, and he was like, his dad died in like '06. His biological mother passed away like a couple years later, and he said like the day that they found out they not playing football was a worse day than both of those days to him. I was
wow.
like, man, which is like, it sound wild from somebody who doesn't dedicate literally their whole life to
Yeah,
football.
yeah, I see that.
Where if you consider that, then it's just like, this is all he knows is football. And like, he probably never had time to process those events happening because his job. So now he don't got that, and it's like shit. Like now I don't really know nothing about like. So I think that's the thing. People gotta stop being so reactionary. Like consider other angles like that. Like I just did.
and we're gonna talk about that too, since football wanting to shut down. But but now we gotta talk about this man. So if in case you've been living under a rock, couple days ago, Paul George decided he wanted to show out on Instagram and pointing out how Dame Lillard.
They played earlier. They played that morning.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They played that morning, and immediately after the game is when all the Instagram shenanigans went down.
Yeah, so he jumped on a post talking about.
Hold on, we got to go with the full story for people that like you said, people living under a rock may not know. All right. The Clippers and Blazers. I don't want to say it was last Saturday. Clippers and Blazers. They played early that morning. It was morning on this side for us. It was probably early afternoon on that side in Orlando. So they played. They was just jawing back and forth. Patrick Beverly, wasn't on the floor, and Dame was like, "I want you out here guarding me. Like I want to cook your ass, basically." So Dame was, basically like, come get this work. But in the late in the fourth quarter, he missed, 2 free throws. They would have needed to win the game. Ended up losing, and Paul George and Patrick Beverly just talking trash to him right there on the bench, and then they get into it on Instagram.
Foolishness.
Went back and forth on IG.
Oh man, and then he said,
the boys is chumps.
Paul, and I think Paul George says y'all that they going home. And so Dame just said, "Oh man," because they talked about how he ain't going nowhere with the Blazers, but he said, "Listen, I'm here, I'm working. Y'all over here going to contenders and everything, lending your talents to this team to get a ring." You know what I'm saying? He said, "That's what I said. Y'all are chumps." And then he followed that up after dropping 51 on Philly just a couple days ago against Dallas and dropped 61
man,
clean on them boys. And now, if you're just joining us, we just watched as he dropped 42, 12 assists and 3 rebounds on Brooklyn to get advanced to the play-in round to get into the playoffs. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, shout out to Dame's sister. I seen
I saw that too.
You saw the thing with Dame's sister on Paul George. Like, you got a stripper pregnant. Like, you a lame ass dude. Like,
that whole family is bangers, bro. Y'all don't want to mess with them.
They're from Oakland, man. You ain't trying to rock with them like that.
Oh man. Yeah, but this dude is a different breed.
Mamba mentality.
This dude got something different. He just built different, man. Like,
it's like we was talking about yesterday, when the first game we played after Kobe passed was against the Blazers, and he killed us, and we lost. And like, I wasn't even mad about it. I was like, bro, that dude is just nice. He nice.
I watched back that we had a clip of Kobe was talking about the first time he played Dame. He's like, because I think Dame dropped like 42 that night. Mm-hmm. And Kobe said, man, that boy's a problem. He's something else, man. So that tells you right there. You know what I'm saying? The Mamba know what's up already.
But game recognized game.
Yes, sir. That dude is
same club. You know what I'm low-key upset about? That, and I love John Morant, but I would have loved to see Phoenix and Portland, Dame and Book going back and forth to get into the playoffs. I would have loved to see that. But I mean, Dame and Ja gonna be cool too. But I think my excitement is just a little bit lower for that one.
Yeah, that's like so. Let's think about that. Does anybody want to see this man in the playoffs? And I'm looking at you because if they get that 8th seed.
I'm gonna be honest.
You know what's happening.
I'm scared of Dame. I'm not scared of the Blazers though.
Right.
So I know Dame gonna cook us because he always do. Like I remember we played Portland. I don't remember when it was, but it was 20 early 2018. I want to say it was played against Portland on TNT in Portland, close game, and Damian Lillard shot the game-winning three right in my young boy Brandon Ingram's face, and I was hot. I blocked Dame on Twitter and everything. I was like, bro, I was hot. I was hot. I had to block him before I said something disrespectful. Cause I know, like, you're one of my favorite players, and I don't want to diss. I was just so mad. I was cooking, watching the game. I didn't even want to eat dinner. I don't think I ate that night. I was so upset. That boy is a killer. Huge fan of my guy, man. And he probably the coldest NBA rapper of all time too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, nah, he ain't playing out here.
Even though Shaq could spit though.
They got
Shaq got songs with Biggie and Bun B. He got songs with Biggie and Bun B.
I forgot about that. I remember that he was dissing Kobe. He said, "Kobe, tell me how my ass
tastes." Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes.
Oh man,
Kobe's like, "All right, nigga, I'm about to win 2 rings on your ass."
Facts.
Oh, Shaq was so salty he went and joined the Celtics the year after Kobe beat them in the finals.
That blew my mind. Like I'm not even joking. Because when I saw that, I'm like, huh? Well, what you doing,
believe
Shaq?
it.
Like
I was upset. I could not believe it.
Him going to the Cavs had me like, okay, all right, maybe he think LeBron is another Kobe, so I could forgive that.
You ever read Shaq's book?
Nah.
So I don't know if you know the story about when Shaq left Miami. Is because he got into a fight with Pat Riley at practice. Like they got into it for real. Like had people holding each other back. Like motherfuckers thrown around at each other and all that. And he said Pat Riley shipped his ass to Phoenix like the next day. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like, and then he just never really fit in Phoenix. Like they were still winning, but it was just like they couldn't really play their game with Shaq. But Shaq and Kobe went crazy in the All-Star game his last year in Phoenix. So. Yeah. Memories, man.
Ooh. So speaking of your Lakers,
yeah,
they took the night off. You know what I'm saying, tonight, because y'all already
we taking it, bro. All right, we showed up for 2 games this whole time in the bubble. We showed up for 2 games, and it was really the only 2 games that mattered. We had to get another one in over the Clippers because we could not 3-1 to them dudes over the course of the season. So we 2-2. So we had to beat them and make set an example. We faced Toronto and just like completely just wet the bed with the defending champs. It didn't matter. But we had to go lock up that 1 seed against Utah. We did that. Yep. We handled business. We locked up the 1 seed and just pretty much stopped caring about basketball.
Yeah, man. So,
which is like I don't like it, but I get it at the same time. I just don't like it.
So, this is another thing I ain't asked about. So you heard that quote from Kuz when he said, "Jesus could be in my face and I still shoot."
Talk your talk, man.
Listen,
I love the confidence.
Listen, I do too. You know what I'm saying? And I've been a fan of Kuz. I said any trade that involved Anthony Davis coming through, you can't include Kuz in that. You can trade everybody else, Brandon Ingram, all the rest of them.
I thought we should have kept like one of Lonzo or Ingram though. I don't know which one. I think we might could have kept Lonzo because, I mean, we already got Rondo on the team, and like at least Lonzo is younger, more athletic, and can play defense. Like Lonzo locked dudes down. Like Rondo can't do. Rondo is not an effective guard. that should be getting quality NBA minutes at this point in his career. I'm just saying, his mind is very critical to a team's success, and so I think like his mindset is out there. I heard it. I was watching the game earlier today, and I think it was a Laker game. I was watching a Laker game earlier today, and it was just like, Rajon Rondo's scheduled to be at the bubble tonight, and I was like, fuck. He already playing bad enough, but I mean, if playoff Rondo still exists, and then maybe he'll show up. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Kuz. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was untradeable, but don't get ahead.
I ain't gonna say all that, but
don't get crazy. Well, I mean, in that
guy.
case. In that case,
I've been sticking up for him. I think a lot of fans, they just, the fact that he hasn't really been effective. He's been inconsistent over the course of the season. But let's not let facts get in the way here. Actually, yes, let's let facts get in the way, because if you remember when he was playing for Team USA, and I think that was a perfect opportunity for him to showcase what he was going to do. He looked really good in a lot of the scrimmages. He ended up getting hurt. He ended up having to, lead a team. He ended up, messing his ankle up, and he came back. When was the World Cup? September? The season started in October. He really just came back without really being healthy earlier in the season. So if you kind of remember, he didn't really start being more consistent, playing until like January.
Yeah.
So he's been doing his thing. So now he's really showcasing what he can do. He hit that game winner against Denver. I love beating Denver too. I can't stand them.
Man, Denver ain't been stressing y'all.
Nah, ever since we played them in the playoffs in 2012, and like Ty Lawson and JaVale McGee was killing us, bro. Like ever since then, and every fan I know, I see the fans on the internet, they be talking greasy. I don't like Jamal Murray whatsoever. I don't know what it is about him.
Well, 2012 was that 2012 was that mystery, because I think that was when Steve Nash and Dwight first came through.
No, that happened after the playoffs I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. That year when we played Denver in the first round, and I think we won like the first two games, and then Denver won the next two.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we won game 5, and they won game 6, and then it became a game 7. And just like game 7, I think was close for like until the third quarter, until we closed it out. And then we ended up losing to OKC in 5. And OKC got to the finals that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that was the last time Kobe ever won a playoff series. It was against Denver that year.
Damn. That's rough, man. That ain't how it was supposed to end, man. But
nah, man. He was supposed to go out like MJ the second time.
Facts. That's okay though. That's okay though. Y'all.
He was supposed to go out like Peyton Manning.
I mean, they had to drag him to that one.
I mean that's how Kobe was looking anyway. But like shit, we at least could have been competitive at the same time. Damn.
Peyton was like a wounded animal. Kobe was just like,
I think it was the same year too.
Up, you know what I'm saying?
I think they retired the same year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they did. Wait.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, the Broncos won the Super Bowl in 2016.
2016, yeah.
Kobe retired 2 months later because that year it was all the GOATs retired that year, like Kobe, Peyton Manning, KG, Tim Duncan, Tamika Catchings, like a whole bunch of GOATs retired that year.
Yeah, man. But see, Kobe could play hurt though. The rest of them was like, it was questionable. Like my man on a bad Achilles was still. He went back up. But that game, man, he went back to the line on his torn Achilles. Like, I'm taking these shots, bro.
That game and then the 60-point game, but a lot of the stuff in between, it was.
Well, yeah, because that's how we knew it was kind of that time was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Like he had some good games. Like he had some joints against like the last game he played against in Cleveland. I think against the Cavaliers, and he had like 17 assists. Like we lost, but just him. I think like what made me not feel bad about us losing because we were trash anyway that season. So like one, we were trash anyway, But the fact I seen Kobe out there having fun and like him and LeBron was just having fun, laughing, playing against each other. Like I don't think I had seen Kobe have fun playing basketball since like 2010. Honestly, like him having fun like that, hooping.
Yeah, that's true too.
And that was like a 5 year, 5 year span.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah. So, man, this got me. This got me confused because the Suns are 8-0 in the
Mm-hmm.
bubble right now. They are
And their
undefeated since
season
they
is over
stepped in the
with.
bubble, and they are not making the playoffs. See, this is why
They're not
me
playing another
personally.
game for another like 2-3 months.
Yeah, this is why me personally. Everybody don't feel this way, but me personally, I I think Devin Booker needs to be freed. That's way too much talent to not be getting at least into tournament, man. He don't got to go to no super team. Y'all don't need him. Don't be greedy, but
I
he
wouldn't
needs
mind
to get
him,
free.
but here I think this is I've been wanting to see these guys play together since they all came into the league. Minnesota, send my guy there. Let him play with D'Lo. Let him play with Cat. They all friends with each other. I don't know if you know that Slam magazine cover where they had the jersey swaps with each other.
Yeah.
Like let them all play together, man. Like they really best friends. Like they be, Cat was wearing D'Lo's Laker jersey on Instagram one day, and I think I still got that picture because I always had wanted Cat to be a Laker. But let my guy Book go to Minnesota. Get somebody that can defend on the perimeter. Get somebody else that can defend down low because you're gonna need it with both of those guys playing guards because they ain't guard nobody. Or just let them go have fun. Y'all might win some games too, but get some good coaching, get some good development down there that can, just craft together a team, man. You got to do it. I heard KG was trying to get a group together to buy the Timberwolves.
I'm with
So
that.
I wouldn't mind that.
Listen. We need more black owners.
Facts.
Like all we got right now is The Rock.
I think honestly that's it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if we're not counting minor ownership.
Yeah.
Even in the NBA, I think Usher might be the only one I can think of.
Yeah, the Cavs, right?
Yeah. There's probably some other people there somewhere too, though. But
I don't even know if I count that. Like that's.
I'm saying, like, I mean, if we count minority ownership, then yeah. But like majority ownership, there's really nobody I could think of besides Jordan.
Yeah, the ones like Usher is like that's a Snapple fact.
Yeah.
Usher owns part of the Cavs.
Like Jordan, the only majority owner that's black in the NBA. I think he the only, minority owner. I mean, majority owner in the NBA at all. Besides, I think it's an Indian guy that owns the Kings. But I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. It don't matter.
Yeah, a free Devin Booker, man. Free Devin Booker.
Yeah. Free Zach LaVine. Free Book.
Yes.
Free. I don't know who else did need to be free. Free Dame too.
Well, I'll say let's see how this plays out in the playoffs and everything. I don't feel as serious about it with Dame.
Free Zion.
If you just he trapped for a couple years.
Yeah, he trapped for a good close to a decade.
Oh, he was looking so depressed when they Fox is cold. When they made that picture and that says eliminated and they got the picture of Zion just sitting there on the bench, they so cold-blooded for that, man. They really cold. But now I think, for Dame, I guess he's committed to staying and making it work. It's just a matter of putting the right pieces around him, to be honest. So where they're at right now in a good position, I'll say after this playoffs run out, we'll see. But I'm not quite on the free Dame yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm close, but I gotta give it at least till the end of the season. Then
you know what I would hate to see? I would hate to see Dame go back home.
Eesh.
Not with Steph there. Come on, fam.
Oh God.
I would hate it.
But see, I got it's people talking now. You know what I'm saying? After how he been looking, I mean, I know we haven't been able to see Steph because he didn't get to go to the bubble, but it's a lot of people talking and looking at Dame like, that best point guard in the world right now. That conversation getting a little open. I don't
I don't
know,
think it's
man.
open just because Steph can't defend himself. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we don't get to see Steph, but I don't. It's up there. Like I don't know. We gotta
especially
wait.
with the way Chris Paul been running things out there in OKC.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I honestly, when that trade happened, I thought that they sent him to OKC to die. I really did.
I
And
did too,
it's
especially
not
on
that,
that contract too.
yeah, it's not that I thought that team was that bad, but it's just like, yo, I don't see that meshing. Chris is one of the best to ever play that position. Real talk, because I mean he just showed up and captained the ship and
Do you
holding it
watch the
down.
Knuckleheads podcast
Nah,
with Q Rich and Darius Miles? They had Chris Paul on there maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and he was just talking about his time in OKC. You know, the fact that his family is still in LA. And so he been in Oklahoma and he ain't really been around his family that much, you know, throughout the season. And the fact that he's playing with a bunch of young guys and you know he out here they forcing him to make TikTok videos and whatnot I think just the fact that he meshing and he's able to lead a young team, primarily a young team, you know, especially with a bunch of young guards like SGA and you know all those guys on there. Uh, SGA out here putting up 20 points with Chris Paul. That's crazy. I want to say it's like his third year in the league.
I think so. Yeah.
And he ain't really had a chance to do nothing like that before. So
Hey, that's what's up, man. Get it how you
yeah, having a fun
can.
time with them young guys, man. They making him seem young again. I think he's had a I don't think he enjoyed playing basketball. Like it was really just work to him, you know, for a while.
Yeah.
Cause, you know, if you hear them stories about his time in LA, it wasn't really the best times. Especially because they wasn't winning a damn thing. They wasn't even getting past the second round. And then he goes to Houston and he's there for 2 years. They get out, you know, they get to the conference finals that first year. But that second year is just, it seemed like it was a lot of problems and it kind of showed in just like the way, you know, the body language between him and James Harden. And it's, you know, you hear the rumors that come out if you are so inclined to believe those rumors. You just realize like, yeah, I don't think he enjoyed it that much, but I think now this is the first time he's really been able to enjoy playing basketball, maybe in like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And so I think it just gave him life.
That's one of the biggest things I notice. It's like it seems like he's a different person or a different player now. You know, I mean, he was over there in LA. He had him making joke videos out of him, how Steph was doing him dirty. You know what I'm saying? And
And they had him doing a nay.
oh my God, tragedy. And Houston, I honestly I didn't see Houston lasting long, so I guess it was a good thing that he got him out.
I
But
didn't either, which is crazy because like I'm not a Houston fan whatsoever. I'm probably one of the biggest James Harden haters of all time. And when that trade happened, I was just like, "Ooh, this could be good." Like, because I wasn't one of them people that was saying like, "There's only one ball that can go around." Like, these are two unselfish players. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think the problem is going to be just like they're two players that are very egotistical as well. Like they gotta be that dude. I think that's gonna be more of an issue than like them being able to share the ball. Like when it come to hoop, they gonna hoop. They gonna do, you know, they gonna do the right thing. I never thought that was a problem, but I think just the other stuff, I think the ego has gotten away, especially, you know, with your coaching as well isn't the best coaching. Trust me, I know.
I don't know how that man is still running the damn team. I really
He
don't.
he's a reason why the league plays basketball the way it plays now.
But it's like he don't give a damn about defense. I don't understand. So I
Never
mean,
got over what the way he treated Pau Gasol. He had my guy playing completely not his game.
yeah. I mean, I can speak to that too. I mean, that time with the Knicks. I
Yeah.
don't even like to speak on it. And the crazy thing too, we didn't do
That was the
that
best
bad.
teams y'all had, though.
I'm about to say he really wasn't bad. So, uh, let's not. I'm not even
So I
going
already
there.
told you, man. You gotta be a Nets fan, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
I don't even know why you still thinking about it. Just do it.
I've got one foot out the door already. Like, I don't know. I feel
What's
like
keeping you around? What's keeping you? What's keeping you still being a Knicks fan, still
it's
claiming it?
it's
Like,
just that
what is it?
it's that blind loyalty. I don't know, man. I said already.
I'm
What
saying this
got
as a Nebraska fan.
what's
I kind of understand where you're coming from.
yeah, like what really had me saying, I really might walk. I told you
It
first
was
with
Spike.
Charles Oakley. First with Charles Oakley.
Yeah,
Then it was
yeah,
then it
yeah.
was Spike. I was like, oh nah, Spike.
I
Spike
think the
been too.
Charles Oakley situation was worse though,
Yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah, way
because it's
worse.
like this looks bad,
And then
especially like the what Charles Oakley contributed to that team. Like, I mean, obviously y'all didn't win anything, but he still contributed a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to Knicks basketball during the '80s. I think y'all traded him. I mean, y'all got him from Chicago, right?
yep.
Yeah. So for him to treat a former player like that, like that don't look good. If I'm another player, especially if I'm one of his, one of the former teammates, I'm looking like, oh, this how it's going down. Like I can't come around no more. Like, don't ask me to come around. And
But
that
see,
looked bad.
it's worse because then he tried to slander him afterwards, talking about he got drinking
Yeah.
problems and stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, but nah, that whole thing with Spike, man, that just sent me. I'm like, yo, Spike been too damn good to y'all. Spike got y'all all kinds of spoiled. He going on ESPN and talking about. But before this happened, he was telling everybody, "Oh, just give him a chance. I'm just
Which
giving
is
him a
like,
chance."
I think we gotta look at Spike here a little bit. He did come through the wrong entrance, but the fact that y'all treated him that way, like y'all
Yeah,
weren't courteous to him to let him know,
y'all
and
can't just say
y'all
something.
made a big deal about it. Like y'all went about addressing it the wrong way, and that's what made it a problem. Even though Spike initially, not gonna say he was in the wrong, he was just mistaken where he needed to be.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say Spike was in the wrong at all. It was just like the situation just blew up for no reason at all.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like,
didn't need to.
it's ways that you handle it.
You look
That's
at the Phil Jackson situations, the Porzingis, trade, Kevin Knox, y'all skipping on Michael Porter Jr. That's coming back to bite y'all in the ass too.
you see what I was saying, man. They depress me, man. I don't even
That's what
get
I'm saying,
mad
Reek.
anymore. I don't have energy
Tired of
for
your
mad.
owner, all in the media, talking
Oh,
down on people. Come to the Brooklyn Nets.
I tell you, I got one foot out the door. I don't. There's not much
Hey
that's really
man,
going to stop it at this point.
hey, Jay-Z used to own the Nets, man. That's even more reason.
Yep. It's only 20 minutes away. It ain't like it's a far jump. You know what I'm saying? It's still in
Exactly.
New York. So I'm just like, I don't think there's anything stopping it at this point. I'm just holding
And
out to make an official announcement.
and Barclays is better than Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden really just only get and the thing is, I'm talking as somebody that's never been to either building, but Madison Square Garden really just getting by off of his name, his name in the 70s and the 80s. Like, that shit ain't, there's so many better arenas now. Like, Atlanta probably got a better arena. Orlando probably got a better arena at this point. Like, They ain't even the best arena in their own city no more.
That's
Vegas
tough.
low key might have a better arena.
That's tough for me. Like, Barclays is the nice new toy. I mean, it ain't that new no more, but it's that nice new
It's
toy.
newer.
MSG just has such
And
legacy.
Madison Square Garden also took away my favorite part of Madison Square Garden, the side doors, where when WWE used to hold shows, they would have an entrance on the side doors. Now, when WWE came back from Monday Night Raw for the first time in like 10 years last year, they couldn't even have an entrance at the side doors no more. That was my favorite part of the whole arena on the inside. There was so many different things you could do with it.
I forgot about that. That got me tight because I thought back to like Survivor Series and
Royal
WrestleMania
Rumble.
20. Yeah, man. I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know. MSG has such legacy attached to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one of those places that it's just known.
It's historical, but it's like I compare it to like Funkmaster Flex. Like you was hot in the 90s and 2000s, but like you really just kind of holding on, but because of what you did back then. Madison Square Garden, like the Dallas Cowboys and Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
49ers.
Pretty much. Well, I can't say Niners no more. Niners was in the bowl.
They was in there. They didn't win nothing. They haven't won since like 90-something.
Yeah.
They in the same boat with us and the Cowboys.
Tragedy.
What's next one?
Well, yeah, since you mentioned, we might as well transition. NFL training camp is starting back up again. I seen you got has a post from Cam in his official blue and white Patriots gear on. How you feeling about your squad right now?
Listen, this Corona, I'm not expecting there to be football played, so I'm not even invested. I haven't really been invested in the NFL for the last couple of years, anyway. So during the pandemic, I'm not really that invested, but I've been paying attention a little bit. I've been seeing Cam, at practice, looking good, looking a little faster, a little bit more agile. He got something to prove. I will say this though, I'm very uncomfortable, like when I go on Reddit and I see like people talking about Cam's hair comes off. It's very like microaggressive to me. I don't like it. I don't like seeing people. I don't know. It's just the fact the Patriot fan stigma. I just don't like seeing them comment on his hair. But other than that, you feel where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I saw that post the other day.
I seen like somebody Photoshop Loc Dog from Don't
Be I'm like,
that's what really I was like. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh man, y'all are vicious out here. I swear.
And the thing is, like, it's a joke to some people. It's just like it got little undertones that people might. And the thing is, a lot of people aren't aware of the undertones that they give off when they do shit like that. Like they're not aware of it because they don't think about it. They don't consider it, which is just like maybe you should consider it sometimes. I know I might say something and it might just be like, I've called myself before I say things or I post things on social media because I'm like, this could rub some people the wrong way. Like this could rub the LGBT community the wrong way. I should work this a different way. This might come off wrong to. I almost said something earlier. I was watching the game. I had a tweet and I was just like, "Ooh, this might be bad for people that it might trigger some people, some assault victims. I don't want to do that." So I had to change up what I said.
I was like,
I think about it. I think more people should too.
I could say the first time I saw it, I got to laugh out of it. But the second time looking, I'm like, wait a minute.
No, the first time I saw it, I was like, nah, I don't like that.
I was like, wait a minute. Something about this don't feel right. It don't sit right.
Yeah, you see people go, oh, look at the hair on him. And what about it?
And it's Boston too, so now
yes,
really
exactly.
like,
that's what I'm saying. The Patriot fan stigma is coming from, And first of all, don't question me how I'm a Laker and a Patriot fan. I'm not about to explain this. I've been explaining this my whole life, damn near. I'm not about to get into it. But coming from a Patriots fan, I know that stigma dearly. Like, I know Patriot fans from Boston personally. Like, one of my old supervisors at my old job, I don't know if he was from Boston. He might have lived there for a portion of his time. He was a Bruins fan. He was a Patriots fan. He was a Celtics fan. He was I'm missing the other team, Red Sox fan. So he was a fan of all the damn Boston teams. This dude, we would make jokes that he was in the KKK, but he would never deny it.
Okay.
He just never denied it. I don't know if he was joking or if he was really just, that's how he feel. Like, he looked like one of them dudes, though, he looked like one of them, which is why, like, his silence was like, nigga, you for real?
Ooh, man. Got to watch them out here, man.
So that Patriot fan stigma would,
Yeah, man.
I bet he wanted them talking about Cam's here.
Yeah, that made me stop for a minute. Like, okay, this ain't good. I don't know if
I got locks too, though. That's the crazy part. I got locks too.
Yeah.
So it really rubbed me the wrong way. In fact, like, I just think it's cool that the Patriots have a black quarterback with locks. That's cool as fuck.
No doubt. So I don't know if I asked you this. Who's gonna be better off? Who's gonna, be better off without the other, Belichick or Brady?
So, I've always been thinking about that, and I kind of bounce back and forth, and I think Brady will be fine without Belichick. I think Belichick is smart enough that he can adjust to having a totally different situation. Like, he's never had a quarterback like Cam Newton. He's smart, so I know he'll be doing this thing out here. So I think they'll both be fine, honestly. I don't think anybody's going to be worse off without each other. Like, Brady's a great quarterback. Like, a lot of the stuff Brady did was, despite Belichick and, despite Josh McDaniels as well, he do his thing. I don't know. I'm intrigued. And it's what really bothers me, the fact that they got LaShawn McCoy down there in Tampa Bay now.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you ain't want to play with Brady and Gronk, 4 or 5 years ago. You want to play with him now.
And I saw Brady looking out here, discover some swag out. One of these pics he took with his gear on, just chilling, stretching and shit. Like, he discovered swag now that he in Tampa Bay all of a sudden.
That boy in Florida now.
Oh man, he just feeling himself now. He looking real comfortable with this squad over here, throwing past the Godwin and everybody.
I want to see them get to the Super Bowl because I want my guys, Sue and Levante David, go Big Red. But, shout out to them black shirts. I want to see them get a ring. Yeah. I'm gonna be hyped. Those are my guys, and I miss them playing for Nebraska. We really could have used them the last 7 years.
I mean, y'all
I know the eligibility been ran out, but
hey man, listen. All roads lead to the shoe. Just so y'all know.
I can't even say nothing. It is what it is.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But
it is what it is.
Nah, man. But I'm still holding out hope that there's going to be a season. I mean, a lot of players have opted out of this season already. A lot of people have the concerns of the security and everything like that.
Bro, you seen about the dude from the Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
What man? I'd be mad as hell if I was his family. Can
Yeah.
you imagine you thinking like you one of his uncles or something? You be like, yeah, my boy, he in the NFL. He not even on the team officially. But you know his family. You know families. You know black families. I mean, my boy in the NFL. He about to make. He gonna win the Super Bowl. We want to go out there. With, you know,
But you know what? This is what gets me tight.
his family pissed. His family. I'll be mad as hell right
Oh,
now.
oh yeah, I will be too. But see,
We have
this
messed up everything. We could have won. We could have moved out the hood, assuming
this
they live in the hood.
probably. But this will get me tight. And the differences between different leagues, the NBA, the NFL, right? Now we saw Lou Williams left the bubble, went to Magic City to get wings. You know what I'm saying? He came back. It was all over the news. You know what I'm saying? He got his scrutiny for it, but he didn't get cut. My man on this
He
team,
never get suspended. They told his ass, "Hey, you got to quarantine when you get back," which is like he
right?
was gonna have to do that anyway.
Exactly.
Even if he never went to Magic City, he was still gonna have to quarantine regardless.
Exactly. But I'm saying my man was in the club all around, all kinds of
No
naked ass and
masks on.
titties, all around this. My man over here in Seattle was just trying to get some legs for the night. He was just trying to get some action. So she said, come. He said he didn't even go out. He said, just come to the room. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. Make it easy. You know, one nighter, one hitter, quitter. And that's it. And they cut him for that? Come on, man.
No, I agree. Especially during this time, during this pandemic, like your priorities need to be like the fact that you are an undrafted rookie, free agent.
Yeah. And
You weren't even
he should
like
know.
your priorities need to be in line more. Like you need to focus on getting your career off. Like the chase gonna be there now. And the crazy thing is, like he probably done lost her too because like, she just gonna go to the next dude that's playing it. Like, you're
Listen.
not in the league no more. So you have no you have no sort of value to her anymore. You just got cut. You weren't
Listen.
even on the team yet.
I'm just gonna quote Cube from Friday. These hoes don't got no manners at all. So that was just stupid. Like he should know better. You know what I'm saying? But you go to cut him over that. I'm just like I don't know, man. That's a little bit cold for me. Like if you suspend him, you know what I'm saying? Give him a suspension. Give him a fine. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you could just let him know, like, listen, this ain't gonna fly in here. But I just drop him just like that. Like we
I
just
like
started
that.
camp.
I like that though, because the fact that I mean, it sets an example. You know, I don't know. You know, maybe some vets probably. Because the crazy thing is, other people is doing that though. They
Oh yeah,
just
of
have
course.
other ways to not get caught.
Yeah,
But you kind of got to set an example. Like it's a pandemic, people out here dying. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be bringing random people into here and infecting folks.
yeah.
Especially when it's millions of dollars on the line. You can't do that.
That's true. That's true. I can't really say much about that. But I
Which
mean,
is like, which I want to go back. I feel like if Lou Williams played on any other team besides the Clippers or the Lakers or like the Bucks or any other teams that's at the top of the league, if he played for like Washington, his ass would have been suspended the whole rest of the bubble.
probably that makes sense. Man, it's crazy.
I mean, especially when like you probably got the most wealthy owner in the league that owns the team he played for.
Well, of course.
Steve Ballmer has been known to cut some strings out here. So that wouldn't shock me if that was the case.
Yeah. Just let him know, like we need Lou when we go into this tournament. So,
Right.
how much is this gonna cost for y'all to shut the fuck up? But shit, man, I don't know. I don't know if I could go a whole year without getting my football. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I wouldn't
understand.
mind it, man.
I understand. You know, if you got to do it for the right reasons, it's just like, damn, y'all can come up with something. You know what I'm saying? If you got to make the rules stricter, if you got to find a secure location, a neutral site for everybody like the NBA does, you know what I'm saying? Work that out. But,
The
so
thing, like, I
far,
don't think you can do a bubble like the NBA because it's just 53-man rosters versus 12-man rosters, and you got all the other personnel that you got to deal with. Like, it's just way too many people to really pull it off.
yeah,
And we talking about the full season. Like, this NBA bubble, not even all the teams.
that's true. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know how they would even be able to do that. So that's why I feel like football is a lost cause. I don't know why. And I don't know why, like, Nebraska and all these other schools want to play ball so bad. Like, I understand why, but let's be realistic about this, man. Like, there's really no safe way to really play football.
And it's funny too. I saw that they had this design for the helmets. They had some little piece that's like covering their mouth through the helmet. It's like, but what is that really doing when you think about it? Like, it's 12 men on each side, especially like right in the line. There's 300-pound linemen on either side.
How's that gonna work in certain cities where, like, the climate is like you
That
got the
too.
Raiders, you
Yeah,
got the Raiders out here, like how that stay. I know we got a indoor stadium, but other places might not. Like, you look at like Denver, it's already hard to breathe there anyway.
yeah.
So
There's always stories about the altitude up there, man. It's just different. I don't know, man. I'm holding that hope, holding it out. I don't know how much longer.
I think we'll be
Well,
fine without a year, man. Like, I think it's really my issue. I think a lot of people prioritize money over things, and I think money obviously is important. It makes things go, but I think if we could all collectively agree to, like, we need to sacrifice a little bit. The thing is, like, people just got too many egos. People want to continue living their life the way it was. Like, people want to go out and do things, and they only really care about themselves and put everybody else at risk. I don't think it's necessary a lot of times, especially with sports. Like, unless you're able to do it safely, like this NBA bubble, they reportedly said people continue to test negative. So I don't know if it's true or not. They might be lying, but that's what they say is people are testing negative continually every single week. So they're able to do that safely.
yeah.
So since they're able to do it safely, I don't mind it. Probably did too much to try to. Didn't have to, but
That's true. Well, one thing we know we're not gonna
I
get.
talk a lot.
That's all right. That's what we're here for. One thing we know we ain't gonna get is Big Ten football. They joined
Damn shame.
the other conferences, some of the other conferences, in canceling the season. I know the Pac-12 canceled their season. No fall sports for them as well. Yeah, he's a Nebraska fan. Uh, but yeah, we're not gonna get no football. Not on our side. They're gonna defer to perhaps try to put together a spring football season. We'll see how that goes. But I'm hurt. I'm hurt right now, man. Cause
And I love college football. Like, which I hate is Nebraska's been so terrible since I moved here. Like, I don't think we haven't won more than 5 games since I moved to Las Vegas. I might have to move back to Nebraska so we can win. Because we were winning like 9 games and shit every year. Like, I don't know. But I love watching my squad play, and I'm upset that we probably won't get a season this year, especially during our rebuild. It's kind of detrimental. Like, this season was important, and yeah, I don't know. They got to figure something out.
I'm distraught because we had unfinished business to attend to over in the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Because my man Justin Fields got revenge on his mind. He was this close to coming to the national championship. Granted, I did not want to have to take the task of playing that bad motherfucker Joe Burrow. I did not want that. I was not, as much as I love my squad and I believe in them, we didn't want that problem. I'm sorry. I wasn't taking that L. Nah. But
Hey, Joe Burrow owed me some money.
well, you did not bet on Clemson in that game, bro.
Nah, I bet on LSU, but they didn't cover.
Oh, what you had it for?
I want to say it was 8.5.
Damn.
I think they won by like 7.
Yeah.
They had a chance to score too, and they just didn't. I was mad. I was mad as hell.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow owed me some money. You should have scored more earlier in the game. You would lighten up everybody else, man. You could have scored some more.
Hey, listen, Clemson ain't no scrubs, man. They fire
They not.
back. You know?
It was crazy. Trevor Lawrence probably played his last football game ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy too. Cause I mean, if they don't go through with this season, because I think the ACC is still, as far as it is right now, planning to go forward, but at this rate, it's more than likely that they're gonna cancel. But
Let's see if all the other conferences is canceling.
yeah, if they don't,
But you know the SEC trying to play though.
of course, because they got everybody, Bama,
Florida.
LSU, Florida, all the front runners every year that are always in the title picture. Of course, we cannot miss football. But I still listen. If it's just them, I'm still ain't watching because I don't care. I don't fuck Alabama. I hate Bama worse than I hate them.
They games are too long though. You ever watch an SEC game? It's like 5 hours.
Oh well, yeah, because they
Like,
run the score
why
up.
y'all game so long, bro?
They run the score up. That's really what it is. Because if it's Bama or LSU, whoever it is, if it's a top school in the conference, usually they playing somebody that can't really hang with them until late in the year. And they just start running the score like 60, 70 points, nothing. They got second stringers, third stringers, water boys out there scoring. So they just making time. Like, oh, yeah, throw this touchdown. Go ahead. Ain't worried about nothing.
That's why I really can't watch SEC football because like one of my old supervisors was a huge Alabama fan. I think he went to Alabama. So like every Saturday at work, man, that Husker game over with, that Alabama game is on with him. He had to sit through our shit because we all Husker fans. We gotta sit through his shit. And I'll be like, bruh, this game would come on when I clock in and still be on when I clock out. That's how long that shit is.
But I tell you, the happiest day for me was back in, I think it was the 2015 season. Was when Ohio State came to play Bama in the first college football playoff. Bro,
It was Cardell Jones, right?
Yeah, 12 gauge, man. I should have took bets. I should have just collected money because everybody and their mom for the year prior to that, SEC can't hang. Big Ten can't hang with the SEC. We're too fast. We're too strong. They can't. If Ohio State shows up against Bama or any other SEC teams, we're gonna wipe them out of there. And my man Zeke came up in the sugar in Louisiana out there in the dome and ran them out of there.
I love that too, cause like us being a Big Ten school, I had to hear it from these people. It was like, y'all playing the Big Ten, y'all weak. I was like, fam, like these teams is cold. Like we came in when we probably should have like, bro. I'm sorry, I got caught off track just now because I started thinking about our previous AD and how badly he ruined our school over the last 10 years. I think like Bo Pelini wasn't the best recruiter, and he knew that. Bo Pelini was trying to hold himself accountable. Bo Pelini went to the administration, was like basically asked for help getting recruits, and they said no to him. They sabotaged my guy. He was trying to help improve the team. Because we didn't do that, we just can't beat Ohio State. We get mollywopped by them every time we play. We get whopped by Wisconsin every time we play. We get mopped by Michigan every time we play. It got so bad, Purdue passed us up and started whopping us multiple years in a row. I'm glad Rondell Moore is leaving. This is his last year. He said I think he's sitting out the season, and he's going to the league. So we don't got to worry about his ass no more. I don't know who they got waiting in the shadows, though. But I think the only team we consistently beat is Rutgers, who everybody beat whenever we played them. Or, Northwestern really the only team we be competing with for the most part.
If y'all could do me a favor and beat Michigan just because. I
want to beat Michigan every time because Michigan be trying to claim that 1997 championship, and that's ours.
Man, listen.
That's our title.
Listen, if we don't want to hear nothing they got to say.
We owe Michigan a fade from 2 years ago, too. They ruined my birthday a couple years back.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Because so when Scott Frost was at South Florida, I can't remember. I think Michigan beat them, and Scott Frost had something to say about it. Or I think South Florida beat Michigan, but Scott Frost said some shit in the media. And Jim Harbaugh did not forget it. This dude literally ran the score up on us in the first half of that game.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We owe them one.
Listen. If you ever feel like you need to watch them bleed, just wait till November because you know what time it is.
Oh, you already know.
Always.
That's my favorite thing. I like watching Jim Harbaugh lose. I don't know why. Ever since, he embarrassed me that year that the 49ers and the Ravens played in the Super Bowl. I did not want the Ravens to win at all. I hate the Ravens. And the fact that he lost, I was so upset. He embarrassed me. And so he on my list forever.
I was torn in that game because I'm one of the biggest Ray Lewis fans of all time. Like that's my guy. I wanted him to go
Ray.
out.
Where the suit at, Ray?
Hey, y'all got the chill.
Where the suit go, man?
Listen.
They burnt the hell out that suit that night.
Listen, he was just in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying?
Where the suit at?
He was just in the vicinity. That's all it was. It was a minor misunderstanding.
I ain't gonna lie though. Like I used to watch like a Ravens game on a Sunday. I'll be in there doing the Ray Lewis.
Yeah, yo, honestly, I it was one of those things. Like I started playing football because I wanted to be like Ray Lewis. Like it was just that infectious energy he had when he in a huddle.
Tonight we go to war.
Yo, I would listen to that and be like, yo, I'd be ready to fight a world war if I was in that huddle. Like real talk.
And I'll bow my head and raise my hands up to the God, and we gonna go to war tonight.
Right.
Like, hell yeah, I'm about to get CTE for real.
Yo, but I wanted to see him go out as a champ. But at the same time, too, I was on the Kaepernick train because that boy was cold all season when the time he got into the game. You know what I'm saying? So especially
man, it does look bad.
Yeah, especially knowing what we know now. Like at least if this was gonna happen to him, he should have a ring. You know what I'm saying? He could chill on that, but I was just torn. I wasn't gonna be mad regardless of the result.
It's all good.
Man. But I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. I honestly watch college a little more than I watch the NFL.
I do too. I'm more invested. Like as a Husker fan, that's all I see. Like growing up, especially in the fall, you go to Walmart on a Saturday, everybody wearing red. Like it's dope. Like it's that pride. So I connect a little bit more. I've been to more college games than NFL games. I actually haven't ever been to an NFL game before. The one chance I had to was when the Patriots got destroyed by the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. That year we won the Super Bowl. I had tickets to that game, and it was pouring rain, which is the reason why I didn't go. Kansas City is only a couple hours away from where I live, Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I'm from. Kansas City is only 3 hours away. It was a storm. Like, that whole vicinity, that whole region, like, I'm not driving. I couldn't find nobody to go to the game with me. I had 2 tickets. Couldn't find nobody to go with me that was going to go and, go to Kansas City on a work day and get back before the next work day. Like, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to drive in the rain by myself, so I didn't go. We got crashed, so I'm kind of glad I did. But I haven't had a chance to go since. So hopefully the stadium only a couple, 20 minutes away from me and go to that.
I'll tell you, I've been to a bunch of NFL games. I went to Jets games, Giants games, Eagles games. I went to one game. Well, it was my second college game. I went to a Rutgers game before, but I went to one game at the Shoe. Let me tell you something. It don't even compare. It don't even compare.
You got to come to Memorial Stadium, man.
I hear they be rocking.
Man, listen. And here's what, like, I can't speak for this because I'm a fan of Nebraska. So the experience is different, but I've heard from countless visiting fans, and they talk about how great their experience in the stadium was all the time. Just like the interaction with Nebraska fans, like no confrontation, none of that. Like Nebraska, and the thing is, it's true. Nebraska fans are some of the most hospitable people, especially the visiting fans. Like, we have so much respect for other schools, besides like Iowa and Colorado and Texas and Oklahoma. But besides them, we solid. We rock with them. I think Wisconsin might be on that list too. But other than that, like, our fans are very courteous to everybody. So I know, like, you got to come to Memorial Stadium. It's crazy ass, experience. You get a Runza too.
Yeah, it's like,
you don't know what the Runza is, man. Runza the best sandwich of all time.
That sounds dope. But nah, like, it was just, I tell you, I've been to multiple NFL games. It's not even the same, bro. Because it's that perfect combination. It's like you get the homey feel of a high school game. You get the band and everything like that, and the hometown crowd and students, and then that extra pizzazz, like it's an NFL game. It all comes together. I mean, the energy in that stadium, because the game I went to, they played Penn State. It was back in 2016 when Saquon was still there. That game of the year, we went to that, bro. It was just, there was nothing else like that. It was that game where JT brought him back late, right at the end of the game on that last drive. Bro, that place was rocking.
Man, so my favorite Husker game I went to was 2014, September 2014. And this was a year we thought we was gonna do it this year. Like, we had Miami at home. I think this was the first time. Yeah, it was the first time we played Miami since that team that we played in 2001 versus Miami. That Miami team. First game since then.
The Thugs.
Yeah. What was it? What's that song? It was like Greg Olsen was rapping. It was like the 7th floor, whatever.
Yeah.
Bruh. That game was live. Like, Husker fans, we ain't forget the last time we played them. That was the last time we were relevant, really. Like, so, and it was just kind of, at the time, it was symbolic because it was like, we have so much hype coming into that year. This is Amir Abdullah's senior season. Like, he getting Heisman love. Like, he out here just running up, putting up 200 every week, scoring 3 times a game every week. The experience was fun. I think it was actually the most capacity crowd at Memorial Stadium of all time. So I was a part of the biggest crowd ever at that, legendary stadium for this legendary team. So I loved it, man. Randy Gregory got into a fight with Eric Flowers, which is like, Eric Flowers is getting, if you watch enough Eric Flowers film in the league, you understand he was getting ate up in college by Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory was a beast in college. Yeah. He was getting ate up, and he was getting ate up then too. It's like he get ate up every Sunday.
Yeah, I know a few Giants fans that got a lot of bias remorse off of Eric Flowers.
No, nobody like him. But I pulled it up. Amir Abdullah had 229 yards on 35 carries. 2 touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Actually, I sat in that end zone that he caught that first receiving touchdown in that game. I was in that end zone right there. I had it on video. I went viral. Well, I think the Huskers page reposted it that day. It was fun.
Yeah.
Go Big Red.
Yeah, man, we gonna miss it. Absolutely.
Pouring out for college football, man.
No doubt. Got to. Now, before I get out of here real quick, I said I'll do a little preview of this upcoming weekend. You ain't been watching UFC, have you?
Nah, but I seen last week. I seen that DC was fighting this weekend, so I'm tapped in.
Yes, it's going down this weekend. The trilogy, once and for all.
DC can't wait for that one.
1-1, the tiebreaker. So whoever wins this fight, Dana White said it. I agree with it. Whoever wins this fight, undoubtedly the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. Man, who you got, man? Who you got for this weekend?
I'm going with the brother, man. I'm going with DC. He a wrestling fan like me. He black like me. He got a belly like me. So I'm going with him.
Man, I'm leaning towards DC. I really am.
I think I honestly like, and this is from somebody I'm not as well versed in MMA and the UFC like you and Malik or just like anybody else. Like, I know a lot of people was just really into it. Like my lane was always wrestling and basketball, so that's where I'm at. But I agree, man. Just my little bit of knowledge. Daniel Cormier, the best heavyweight in UFC history, and he's gonna show it this weekend. Like Stipe ain't no joke, man, but DC is that dude. Like he gonna show it for real. But it's gonna be a good fight, man. I want it to go all the way. I don't want no early knockouts, none of that shit.
Yeah, I feel like
Give me
it
a
has
good fight. I need a good fight.
I feel like it has to go. Definitely got to go the distance this time, and I'm definitely leaning towards DC. I gained a lot more respect for him in the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I
just want DC in the Fed. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for him to. I want him to. That's why I really want him to win. Like I know it didn't really affect Ronda Rousey because she's Ronda Rousey, but like I think it would look good if DC showed up, in the Fed in a couple years. Like he retired with a more wins and losses, towards the end of his career.
He's been talking about going over there to do commentary and stuff like that, which I'm down for.
Yeah.
But I gained a lot more respect for him in the last couple of years, and I love what he's done, not just inside the cage but outside. I mean, even though I was on Team John when they had the rivalry, just because I love the fighter, but I think no question what he's done in 2 divisions, not just in heavyweight, but like he's only lost to 2 people in the UFC.
John Jones.
He beat everybody else at light heavyweight but John Jones. And he beat everyone at heavyweight. He beat Stipe before losing. So I would say he's already in the conversation. But if he wins this fight Saturday, he's definitely, without question.
I'm just mad we never going to get him and Brock.
Yeah. I'm tired about that too.
I mean, we might maybe get them in the Fed, but I want to see them for real. I ain't trying to, see no gimmick match. I want to see them like in a real fight.
And I was mad too because they really hyped it when DC beat Stipe. He came in the cage. I'm like, okay, I'm with this. Like maybe next summer we can get this popping. But man, I think I'm really leaning towards DC. But Stipe is cold, man. Stipe is really cold. You know what I'm saying? But I'll go with it. I'll rock with DC on this one. Fuck it, why not? But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. This gonna be one of them good cards. And my man Sugar Sean O'Malley is in the co-main event. My man is coming up right now. That's a bad dude. Let me tell you something, man. If you
what else the card looking like? I know I said last time I was on here I was gonna get back into the UFC, but I think I watched like one event since then.
Yeah, they got a good couple fights on this card. Junior Dos Santos is facing Jairzinho Rosenstreich. Dude that got dropped by Francis Ngannou. Who's this dude? Ankalev and Kutabala. This is a rematch. I don't know who these two are. And who else is on this card? I think there's something else on here too. But it's not. It's pretty solid. It's more of those last three fights that are really calling it up. But I mean, this is a long time coming. We've been waiting for this. So
I'm tapped in, man. You already know me. I go to the legal sites. ESPN ain't getting none of my money.
But yes, sir. Me too. Like I got the package, the Disney Plus thing, so I got ESPN Plus. But I'll find a streaming site to watch the event. And I ain't paying that money.
Nah.
No, sir.
I don't even pay for Bud fights on ESPN. I ain't paying for nothing else if I don't pay for that.
That's real talk. All I know is whoever wins this fight got to see Francis, man. Got to see Francis. He's not fighting nobody else so he get a title shot. That man is a problem, and it's time for him to get what he deserves, man. This is a bad dude. Look at I've never met anyone that made me look so small. Look at this real quick. That's all bright.
Oh, man, it's hella bright. You gotta turn that down.
All right, hold on.
Turn that brightness down.
Yeah. Let me fix that up real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
I ain't never. You see this, right? Like I'm not that small.
Tower over.
Yo, I'm not that small, but this dude is like a giant.
That's crazy.
So I know I don't want no smoke with him.
Nah.
But yeah. So whoever wins the fight for the baddest man at heavyweight got to see the Predator at the end of the day. But I'm rocking with DC. You rocking with DC. Make sure you tune in on Saturday to come check it out. It's gonna be dope. Anywho, we're gonna wrap this up. This has been another edition of the Havoc Hour. Shout out to my guy TC for coming through again.
Yeah.
Plug your social, man. Let us know where to find you, bro.
Man, just hit up the show, man. Young Kings Wrestling Podcast. Hopefully gonna be working with this school out here. I just discovered this new wrestling school out here just earlier today. I was going to get my hair cut, lined up rather. I was gonna get it lined up, so I got the beard lined up and everything finally.
Okay.
For the first time since March. You feel me? Was walking through the mall and I went to this other store real quick and I heard a bunch of slamming and knocking on, just like, what's going on? So I go continue walking. I walk past. I see a big wrestling ring. I see dudes out here just, doing grapples and shit. I'm like, yo, had to go check it out. So gonna check out their event this Saturday. So probably see something on Young Kings Wrestling. We might, trying to see what Malik on. See if you can show up. I doubt it, but
you know what? Now that you mentioned that, I'm gonna talk to you about something. When we get off of this, I'm gonna talk to you real quick. But yeah, no doubt. And make sure if you haven't already, you go check out the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast. Like I said in the beginning, the best wrestling pod on Wednesday nights.
You know what
I'm saying? You already know the deal. You know what I'm saying? Us truly, along with Mr. 24/7 Malik Riggs. You know what I'm saying? But
out here.
Yeah, most def. But we out of here. That's been the show. Catch y'all next week. Peace.
Yes, sir.